It got cold in New Orleans recently, and my back started to hurt.
Those winter backaches always make Rose Andreessen think about the worst moment of her life, when she and her husband broke their backs in a horrible car crash on I-10 on Jacksonville's west side just 2 days after Christmas.
And all of a sudden, he said, "I don't feel so good." And he slumps over, and he's driving 70 miles an hour on cruise control, but he is gone.
Andreessen's husband had a heart condition they didn't know about, and his heart chose that moment to stop. She did her best to get the car off the road without hitting anyone, but still had to crash at 70 miles an hour.
I knew I had to get back to the road because the car was not visible from the highway. So I climbed back up the embankment and I'm walking along the road and the cars are zipping past and nobody's stopping.
That was until one driver who saw the crash from the other side of I-10 took an exit, turned around, and came back driving on the shoulder of the road. He called 911. He stopped and picked Andreessen up. He found the car with a flashlight. He waited until emergency services arrived.
I remember a child's drawing on the floorboard of the passenger side. I remember the smell of his aftershave. I remember the sound of his voice, but I don't really remember a lot of those visuals.
2 years later, and Andreessen wishes she had a chance to say thank you, but without remembering a name or a face, she hasn't been able to track down the highway hero. She took to Twitter to share her story, and although she still hasn't gotten in touch with him, she has touched a lot of people, with over 50,000 likes and 15,000 retweets.
It resonated with a lot of people.
Andreessen's husband got a pacemaker, and they both eventually recovered from the broken backs. And she'll never forget one man's kindness. She owes it all to.
I'd love to send him a thank you card. I'd love to say, you really saved our lives. And I want you to know that I will think about you with gratitude for as long as I live.
On the west side, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News, on your side.